Happy Aloha Friday, everyone. Welcome to Waikiki. I got my beautiful assistant, Brianna, here, who I'm gonna be doing some adjustments with, but she'll also be demonstrating for me. She's a great yoga teacher in Encinitas and rocks this Nomadic Active brand. So we'll be flowing today with the intention of joy, just embracing that inner child, the one that likes to jump in puddles and giggle and roll down lawn hills. That version of you that doesn't really care about how things look, but just wants to have fun and feel fully expressed. So however the sequence unfolds in your form today, I invite you to just make it up if you ever forget what comes next. Yeah, have a little dance party on your mat, and then we'll always meet back in a downward facing dog, okay? So we're gonna hit play together if you're listening to music, and then you're gonna go into a child's pose. Actually, embryo pose. That's the one with your arms back by your sides. So if you're listening to music, go ahead and toggle over to your Spotify. I'll do it with you. And then we'll hit play in 3, 2, 1, and play. Now, please make your way onto your mat. Draw your knees together, hips on your heels, rest your ribs on your thighs, and bring your forehead to the floor. You can relax your arms back by your sides and just rest into the breath. Find easy inhales and exhales. And as the name of this pose suggests, return to this embryo state, this place we all began, where our only intention is to grow, thrive, and experience life. Releasing any expectations of what this life will hold or this practice will hold. Getting rid of any need to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Just be yourself. As you settle in with the breath, see if you can invite in a little more on that inhale. A little deeper breath out, exhale. Filling your vessel with oxygen, this life force energy is all you need. From this state of origin where we all began, just stretch your arms long and make it a child's pose, growing from the embryo, reaching out, just creating a little more space and owning your space. Expanding the ribs as you breathe in and feeling the belly hollow as you breathe out. Notice your hip creases folding farther back and down. And notice if you already started to tense up your forehead or your jaw, maybe you just wave your forehead on the mat, give yourself a massage. Settling in, setting your intention here, embracing that inner child, the part of you that is free, joyful, forgiving, the part of you that knows peace. Only when you're ready, start to interlace your hands in your lower back, and then go slow as you stretch your knuckles up towards the sky. You can stay like that or hover your hips up off your heels and rock to the crown of your head, hollowing the belly, drawing your navel in, Continue to breathe in that space between your shoulder blades as your knuckles fall a little farther up and over. Be here now, 2 more rounds. Good. Slowly release the arms and hips back down. Take a breath. Let it go. Now take it slow to roll over onto your back like a turtle that has been flipped upside down. You can keep your head in the same orientation. We're just going to kick the heels up to the sky and then lift your arms up as well. So all the limbs are high. And then you're going to shake your limbs, shake your arm, shake your head, just shake, 30 seconds. Get all the wiggles out and know that no one can see you. You're just going to be a little wiggly. Keep going, keep going. This is a great way to stop taking life so seriously. You ever see people who are like super rigid and you just want to give them a big hug and shake it out of them? We'll do this for yourself. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. Hug your knees in. Just give yourself some love. Add a little rock side to side. Massage your low back. Make your way to happy baby, holding onto the inner edges of your feet. You can rock side to side. And if you're not already smiling, smileasana. Pull up the corners of your lips and just stay like that for 5 breaths. It's another great way to drop into your joy body, even if it feels fake. To force a smile on your face. The mind will follow. 2 more breaths. Cool. Then we'll hold on to the back of the thighs and then slowly rock yourself into a standing forward fold, facing the back of your mat. And you can have the feet hips width apart, softly bend your knees, relax your head down. And yes, I know your bum is facing the camera, but notice if you already find some discomfort here. And can you recognize everyone's bum is facing the camera and they're all worried about their own bum. So just worry about your own. Keep folding forward. Let it go. There's any need to look good or do anything right. You can hold opposite elbows. Just let your head hang, shake it out. Take another deep breath here. Exhale. Now relaxing your arms down, keep that bend in your knees as you round and rise to standing facing the back of your mat. You're just gonna pause like that. Loop your shoulders down, let your palms face away from you. You can choose to have your eyes open or closed. Even when the world feels backwards, can you still find your grounding, find your breath, find your balance, hips over heels, heart over hips, head over heart. Breathe into that big, beautiful heart. Exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up over your head and gather your hands together in front of your chest, pausing, bowing inwards towards yourself, honoring where you are on this journey of life. Setting this intention to express your inner child, your fullest self. Good, take another breath. And then bringing your hands to your hips, we'll just stand on to face the long edge of your mat. So whatever way that works for you to face the camera, the long edge of your mat, let your toes turn forward. And then with hands to hips, let your chest lift like you are a superhero. Stand in this power pose. Fill up with breath. You can return that smileasana, curling up the corners of your lips. Taking up space because you belong. Begin to stretch your arms up and wide like a big star. You are a big star. Take a breath in. Let it out. One more, inhale. Exhale. Take the hands together in front of your heart and then let your toes pivot so they're facing out about 45 degrees. Start to bend your knees so your knees stack over your ankles. Nice. Let the tailbone drape down towards the ground and then rest your hands upon your thighs. Take a breath in. Twist your heart to the right. Exhale. Pushing your left hand into your left knee. Take a breath. Twisting just a little more, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale as you return to center. And then exhale, go the other way. Turn your heart to the left. Pushing the right hand into your right knee. Take a breath. Twist a little deeper. Good. Coming back to center, hands to heart. Sink a little deeper in your legs, breathe out. And then let your arms swoop down. Lengthen your legs as you start to reach out and then up. Breathe in. And then reverse that. Bend your knees, circle your arms wide all the way down in front of your hips. And then we'll just flow like that a few more times. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, swoop your arms down. 3 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink. Just warming up the hips. We're getting into the hips today. 2. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out, get low. Awesome. Then rising up, turn your toes forward and then fold. Sorry, turn your toes to the long edge of your mat and then fold forward. Wide-legged forward fold. Stay here or interlace your hands behind your back again. Lean your hips forward, feel more weight travel to your toes. Awesome. Let your hands touch the earth, breathe out. Now find Skandasana. Lean into your left leg, bend your left knee, and start to turn your right toes up towards the ceiling. So we're like this. Yeah, the hands are on the earth just inside of that left ankle. You can be as low or as high as that left knee allows. If you have tenderness in the knee, hands on the thigh. Otherwise, we're bringing it all the way down. You want to practice with no hands, be your best Karate Kid impersonator. Yeah, nice. And then you're pressing out through that right big toe, stretching through the inner right thigh for 3, 2, 1. Now check it out. You're going to take that right hand to the floor just outside your right leg. This left arm is going to swoop up and over as you lift your hips. Try to figure out the name for this pose. You can think of it like a limbo, sorry. You can think of it like a layout. It's going to be in part of our flow. Start to lift your hips, lean back, kind of like a wild thing, look up. Cool, and then come back to that Skandasana. Sink your hips down, bring your hands to your heart or the ground as we shift to the other side. So you can use your hands to walk your hips around so they're down by that right heel. Nice, and then now you're pushing through that left big toe. Hands can be at heart center or your best Karate Kid impersonation. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Now here's where we take that left hand to the ground, outside the left shin or knee or hip, and the right arm swoops long up over your head. Big layout. You can try to turn your heart up towards the sky or keep it to the side. That right heel can be lifted or grounded. Just find that lightness and let your heart shine. Be here now, 1 more breath. Awesome, come back to that Skandasana. Lower your hips towards that right heel just for a heartbeat. And then walk your hands to the top of your mat, meet me in a plank pose. Hands to the mat, left foot back, pause. Feel free to take your knees to the earth. However, if your knees are lifted, give them a squeeze. Nice, pushing back through the heels, reaching up through the crown. Firing up your quadriceps, lengthening through your tail. Awesome, press through the palms, lengthen through the back of your neck. 1 more breath in. Good, and then take it to the ground, nice and slow. Hug your elbows in on the way down. Untuck your toes and prep for cobra. Start to lift your chin, lift your chest, maybe lift your hands. Use your strong back body muscles and root down with the tops of your feet. Take an inhale. Exhale, forehead to floor. Pause. And slide your hands back a couple inches so they're right outside your ribs. Inhale, keep the hands on the earth, lift your head, lift your heart, maybe also hips and thighs if that feels all right on your spine. Keep a little bend in your elbows, squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back. Look up. Inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Dance in your dog, shake it out. Spread your fingers wide like sunbeams. Extending out, rooting down. Be here now. Exhale. One more, breathe in. Awesome. Inhale, lift your heels, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, walk or hop to the top. Feet hips width apart, lengthen your spine halfway up. Good. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to rise. Reverse swan dive, arms overhead. Hands to heart, pause. We were in this shape before, but now facing the other direction. Everywhere you go, there you are. Meeting yourself again, take a breath. Exhale. Good. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, fold. Inhale to lengthen your spine halfway up. Exhale, place your hands on your mat, step your feet back to plank and continue to lower down through Chaturanga Dandasana. You can have the knees on the mat or off. Choose baby cobra or upward dog. Inhale. Exhale, make your way to downward facing dog and pause. Remember that you can always skip the push-ups. We'll meet here every time. Do what's best for you. Take a breath. Let it go. Now please lift your right leg. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, kick back for your tippy toes. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, kick your heel to the sky. Exhale, big step through. Come light onto the fingertips, straighten, strong through your inner thighs, and then go slow when you're ready to rise. High lunge, arms overhead. Cool, pause, draw the shoulders back, take a breath. Now go slow as you open your elbows wide and hover your left knee an inch above the earth. Inhale, re-extend arms overhead. Exhale, rebend that back knee, elbows wide, hover. Inhale, re-extend arms high. For 3, exhale, get low. Inhale, get high. Exhale, 2. Inhale, reach. Last one, hover. Inhale, rise. Awesome, take your hands to the floor, breathe out. Step your right foot back, breathe in. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, breathe out. Straight away, left leg high. Exhale, touch your nose with your knee. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, big stretch through your left toes. Exhale, big step through. Slow to rise, take your time, arms up overhead. Pause to catch your balance. You could be looking down at that left big toe so it stays on the ground. Engage your right glute. Take a breath. Good, exhale, elbows wide, hover the right knee. Inhale, re-extend through your back leg, arms towards the ceiling. Awesome, you got it. Feel your tailbone take you towards the ground. Inhale, raise the roof. Last 3, exhale, get low. Shoulders squeeze behind you. Inhale, rise. 2. Inhale. Exhale. Last high lunge, breathe in. Hands to the mat, breathe out. Step it back, breathe in. Chaturanga if you choose. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lift your hips. Nice full breath in. Smooth breath out. Take 2 more rounds, enjoy the stillness. 1 more. Cool. Inhale, lift your heels, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, walk or hop to the top, feet hips width apart. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. This time, chair pose, bend your knees, squat your hips down, hands travel forward or up by the ears. Here comes the rain. All right, so your hips back and down. All right, find the toes just beyond the line of your knees. Feel the lengthen through your tail. Now you're gonna shift all the weight into your right foot as you rise up with your left knee drawn into your left, or drawn into the sky. Pause, take a breath. Cross left ankle over right thigh. Sit your hips back, figure 4. Hands to heart center. So you can bring your elbows down to touch your ankle and knee perhaps. Try to get that left ankle bone beyond your right thigh bone so that it's crossed all the way over. Broaden through your sitting bones, stretch that outer left hip for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise back up. One-legged standing pose. Put everything down, foot on the ground, arms by your sides. Just take a shrug of the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, chair pose, breathe in, sit back. Stay for the breath out. Talk to your left toes, tell them to wise up, spread them out, and then slow to rise with that right knee hiked up. All right, find your balance, and only then cross right ankle over left thigh, sit your hips back, figure four. Now it's the pressure of your right shin pushing into your left thigh that's helping you balance. So keep that pressure, that equal and opposite force, and then breathe into the outer right hip for 3. You could also have hands on blocks or on the floor. Nice. Draw the navel and use the abdomen. 2 more breaths. Phew. All right, unwind, rise up, arms overhead. Put your foot on the floor, arms down, breathe out. Take that shoulder shrug, inhale. Wash it off. Blow it out, inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat, step or float your feet back from plank to chaturanga, breathe out. Inhale, coming through up dog. Exhale, take it home. Breathe. Exhale. All right, let's see if we can tie that together. Lift your right leg up, inhale. Take your knee to your nose, exhale. Pick it up one more time, breathe in. Step your foot between your thumbs, breathe out. Find that high lunge on your inhale, reach up. Open your elbows wide, hover your left knee, exhaling. Now launch onto your right foot, hike up your left knee in front of your hip, cross left ankle over right thigh, figure four, just for that exhale. Yeah, you got it. Come back up, hike up that left knee, breathe in. Warrior 3, lengthen your left leg behind you, fire arms back. Awesome, returning to the high lunge, tuck your left toes, arms up overhead. Catch your breath, exhale. Breathe in. Good, spin your left heel to the ground, warrior 2. Take a few breaths to refine the pose. Look for your big toe inside of your right thigh bone. Grounding through that right heel, externally rotating through the right thigh. Draw that right hip under. And as you ground through the outer edge of your left foot, feel your left quad turn on and your left glute. Awesome, find that depth in your legs and keep your shoulder blades kissing together on your back. Easing beyond your fingertips to the 3, 2, 1. Cool, now like a big star, start to lengthen through that right leg and bring your arms wide up overhead. We're gonna pick this up from the beginning of our flow, our class today. So right now your toes are facing out, your arms are wide, lift your chest, lift your chin, you are a star. And then coming towards the back of your mat, Skandasana, bend your left knee, let your hips come below, hands to heart center. Yeah, you've been here before. Hands can be at heart center, or you can have the arms flared wide. We do that same transition we did before. Right hand comes to the floor outside of your right shin. You're gonna thrust your hips up towards the sky. Lengthen the left arm long over your ear. Tickle your friend. Take another breath in. Awesome, then coming back to Skandasana, sink your hips down towards that left heel, breathe out. Now we'll transition, walk your hands towards the top of your mat, frame the right foot with your hands, and step your right foot back. Now you can be in plank or 3-limbed plank. We'll move through chaturanga, elbows bend. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Steady the breath. Soften the thoughts. Be embodied. Other side, inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to the nose, navel to the spine. Inhale, big kick, nice and high. Exhale, big step through. Strong inner thighs help you rise. Find that high lunge just for 1 breath in. Good, then open your elbows, hover your right knee. Here's where we launch onto the front foot and hike up that right knee up. Awesome, cross right ankle over left thigh. Sit your hips back, hands towards the heart, just for the exhale. Cool, and then we'll take it back up. Inhale, hike up the right knee. Heading into warrior 3. Kick your right heel back, fly your arms back, exhaling. Awesome, high lunge, tuck your right toes, swoop your arms up overhead. Pause for the breath out. Enjoy a deep breath in. Now open wide to warrior 2, arms find a T. You can see that big toe just inside of your left thigh now. Cool. Drawing that left sitting bone towards the right heel, grounding into the outer edge of the foot. Strong through the quad, strong through the glute. Shoulders kiss, beautiful breath. Sink a little deeper. 2 more. Finish this exhale. Find that big star. Inhale, lengthen your legs, turn your toes out, reach your arms up, lift your chin, your chest, take up all the space. Breathe in. Now Skandasana towards the back of your mat. Bend your right knee, lower your hips, hands to the heart. Remember, you could be high or low. Just find whatever works best for your knee. Empty the breath, feel that exhale in the belly. Now the left hand reaches behind you, onto the floor, just outside your left thigh. Swoop your hips up, reach long through the right arm. Lay back. Breathe. 2, 1. Exhale, come back down to Skandasana. And then crawl your hands around to the top of your mat. Awesome. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Take it home, downward facing dog. Inhale deeply. Shake it out. Now we're gonna move through that whole sequence, breath to movement. And remember, if you get tripped up, dance in the rain, jump in the puddles, roll down the grassy hill, just make it up, have some fun. Start with an exhale here. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, touch your knee to your nose. Inhale, kick your leg to the sky. Exhale, step your foot between your thumbs. Arms rise. Exhale, elbows wide, hover the left knee. We're stepping onto that right foot. Inhale, reach. Left ankle over right thigh, sit back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior 3. Kick your left heel behind you, fly your arms. High lunge, tuck your left toes, lift your arms up overhead. Warrior 2, spin your left heel to the ground, arms wide. Big star, breath in, turn your toes out. Bending your left knee, Skandasana, hips towards the back, breathe out. Soar that right arm behind you, lift your hips to the sky, inhale deeply. And then sink your hips back into that Skandasana shape. Walk your hands forward towards the top of your mat, framing your right foot. Step that right foot back, cycle through your vinyasa. Downward dog. Left leg lifts, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, big kick. Exhale, big step through. Inhale to rise. Exhale, elbows wide. Hover your right knee and use that to help you launch onto your left foot. Breathe in. Exhale, ankle over thigh. Sit your hips back. Inhale, press it up. Fly, warrior 3. Breathe out. High lunge, breathe in. Warrior 2, breathe out. Big star, inhale. Bending your right knee, exhale, get low. Left hand behind you, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, breathe in. Exhale, squat back. Inhale, crawl your hands to the top of your mat. Exhale, left foot back, keep lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Nice, downward dog. Pause. You can choose to stay in dog or come into a child's pose, but invite deeper breaths. Nice work, everyone. Hopefully you had some fun. Feeling alive today on this beautiful Aloha Friday. Okay. If you're in your child's pose, make your way back to down dog. And then we're gonna make our dog a little bit shorter and stand the feet as wide as the mat. With your feet as wide as the mat, press your hips back. Relax through your heels and your calves. And begin to rise onto your tippy toes. And then bend your knees a lot so your knees are right outside your ribs. Look forward towards your hands and just make sure you got your fingers spread wide. You're gripping into the mat. So you're gonna practice a few donkey kicks, a few frog hops. I want you to kick your feet up and clap them together. If you're happy and you know it, bounce off the ground, clap your feet and land back in that bouncing dog. Nice, let's do it again. On the breath out, bounce off the ground, clap your feet. Awesome, let's try one more of those. Hop your feet up, clap your feet, come back into that bouncing dog. And on this last one, we'll land in Malasana. So if it works out, you're gonna hop, clap, and then take the feet outside of the hands. Nice, I like the puddle splash on this side. Take your hands to heart center, ground down. We did a lot for the hips already, yeah? So you can feel your tail dropping in, the knees squeezing into the arm bones, thumbs into the chest. Exhale. 2 more breaths. All right, now if you want to practice crow pose today, it's an arm balance, Bakasana. I'm going to turn sideways. Brianna can demo forward. I'm going to take my hands to the mat and then hop my toes together. That way I can hike up my knees onto my upper arm bones and then bend the elbows just like you did in chaturanga. Look forward. Try not to look at your feet. Just feel your feet pushing into each other and start to pull your heels up towards your seat. Hollow the navel and dome the upper back. Stay steady with the breath. Be okay with falling and failing. It's all part of it. For 3, 2, if you want to practice your shoot back, go ahead, hop your feet back from crow to chaturanga or step your feet back. We'll meet in the downward facing dog. Awesome. Go ahead and take your knees to the mat. We'll just give the hip flexors a little bit of a break. With the knees on the ground, rise up for camel pose. So knees down, hips lifted. Take your hands to the low back and take it easy as you lean your hips forward, lift your heart up. If you want to walk your hands down your hamstrings to catch your heels, all good. Maybe the head drops back. Awesome. Start to walk your hands back up. We'll untuck the toes and just sit the hips back on the heels. Relax your palms in your lap, close your eyes. Breathe. Just breathe in a way that feels good. Good. When you feel settled, we'll swing the heels around and just lower the seat to the ground and stretch the legs forward. Nice work. Start with a little bend in your knees and just move those sitting bones back underneath you. And then maybe the legs go straight again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive in. You can hold on to your feet or your shins, bowing inwards towards yourself. Relaxing your jaw, your neck. No attachment to touching the toes, just do your best. Good. Let out the exhale. Awesome. And then go slow as you round your spine back up to seated. Scoot your hips forward so you can bend your knees and then hold onto the back of your thighs as you lift your heels up. Boat pose. We got the ocean behind us. Take your hands out in front of you. Breathe in. Find low boat. Hover your heels, hover your shoulders. Inhale, rise back up, high boat. Exhale, take it low. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, get low. Nice work for 3. For 2. Last one. Lower down, rise back up again. Breathe in. Hold on to the back of your thighs and then lower your spine to the mat, feet to the floor, arms by your sides. Take a breath. Guess you want something up your eyes. We're going to move into a bridge pose, but if you know you want to do a supported bridge, you're more than welcome to have a block close by. It's not an opportunity to open your hip flexors again. So if you're moving into a unsupported bridge, first make sure you can feel your heels at the edge of your fingertips. Find that exhale. And then inhale, lift your hips up off the mat. Here's where you can put that block underneath you or interlace your hands behind your back. Feel your shoulder blades kiss together. Imagine micro bending the elbows so you can push them into the floor a little bit more. Awesome. And as you ground through your heels, try to move the floor forward, seemingly with your feet. Lifting the chin off the chest. Now we'll stay like this a few more breaths, or if you want to transition your bridge into wheel, then you'll just unlace your fingertips, take your hands back to the mat by your shoulders, come onto the tippy toes and then rise to the crown of your head. Keep your shoulders back and down, and then lift your head up, lift your hips up. We'll be here for 5. Nice, narrow through the knees. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. If you're in wheel, chin to chest. If you're in unsupported bridge, release the hands. And if you have the block, let it go. Awesome. Whatever it feels natural, you can let the knees sway side to side or let the knees rest in on one another. Slowing things down now. Like you're singing yourself a lullaby. Take some soft breaths in and out. Very nice. Start to draw your knees together in front of your chest. Give yourself a hug. And we'll keep that right knee in our arms straighten through your left leg. Keep the right knee wide over towards your right armpit. And as you lengthen through your left toes, keep long through your left quadricep. Compressing the right hip crease, breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Good, and then twist your right knee over towards the left. Scoot your left hip underneath your right hip. And that right arm can open wide to the side, or if that feels a little crunchy for your shoulder, you can have that right arm extended up over your head. Notice the exhale happening way deep down in your belly button, and let that help you twist a little more. Breathe out. Now on your way back to center, we'll find figure 4. So keep that right ankle clipped over your left thigh as you return. And you can choose to have that left foot on the mat with your knee bent, or interlace your hands behind your left thigh and gather your knees in. Good. And as you're here, feel your head push into the earth, loop your shoulders back and down, and imagine a little tunnel underneath your lumbar spine, the low back arches. Keep your ankles flexed. Soften your jaw. One more breath. If your hands are laced around your left thigh, keep them there. Simply uncross your right leg and stretch your right leg long. And you could gather that left knee in towards your left armpit, lacing the hands on top of the shin. Stretching long through your right heel, strong through that right quad, compressing through the left hip. One more, good breath. Awesome, then take it to a twist. Bring your left knee over towards the right. The right hip scooches underneath the left, just so you can flip your hips totally on their side. And then opening the left arm to the left or overhead. Tilt your chin to the left. Feel free to close your eyes. Last full breath in. Twist a little deeper. Good. Coming towards center, left ankle over right thigh when you get there. Lacing the fingertips behind the right thigh, perhaps. Keeping the head rooted in the mat. Loop your shoulders back. Feel your sacrum pressing into the earth and the little arch in the lumbar spine. Flexing through your ankles to protect your knees. Use your left elbow to push your left knee away from you as you breathe. After your last breath, let your left hand catch your left foot, making your way into happy baby. Then the right hand can catch the right foot. And just notice how your baby has grown. Maybe you stretch one leg out, followed by the other. Perhaps you notice more depth in your hips, or even if it's just more openness in your mind. Very nice. On your next breath, draw your knees together. Lift your head up off the ground. Take your nose towards your knees. Engage everything. Scrunch up your face, your biceps, your core, your feet. Get really tight and rigid. Breathe in. And then exhale the exact opposite of that. Lengthen through your legs. Let your arms extend. Find that openness. Settle into your final rest. Shavasana. It might feel nice to run your tongue across the top row of your teeth. Have a swallow. Let your bottom jaw sway side to side. And then eventually just let the jaw fall into gravity's pull. Relax your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And ask your eyes to pivot downward in their sockets. Notice where you end and the world begins. Falling even deeper into our great mother, this place we all came from, and this place we'll all return to someday. Knowing that life is too short to play small, to not feel fully expressed. Use this corpse pose as an opportunity to let go of any limited beliefs, any concerns of how you look, letting go of any expectations, or outside judgment. Recognize if there's any tension left in the back of your neck or in your legs. You're welcome to use the mantra, inhale, let, exhale, go. When we truly let go, we recognize this body as a vessel, full of breath, empty of breath. And who we are is simply the experience. How you experience life, how others experience you, that's what defines you. Not any material gain. This vessel, it is empty, and you get to fill it however you wish. You get to choose how others experience you. Feel free to rest as long as you need, but when you're ready to reawaken, do so intentionally, filling this vessel with breath. Emptying it out. Turning the breath over again and again until you feel that oxygen entering your toes and fingers. These curious things. Let your movement grow into wrist circles and ankle circles. And eventually your arms can reach. On your own time, roll to one side and pause there and recognize. Starting in embryo pose, finishing in corpse pose, the whole circle of life. And what remains the same is the conscious mind, the part of you that knows peace always. Exhale here. And only when you're ready, press yourself into a seat, hands together at heart center. Keep your eyes soft. Bow inwards toward yourself and honor where you are on this cycle, with all the pages left unwritten in the story of you, for you to fill however you like. With a smile, take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it go. The light in me and Brianna honor the divine light within you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.